guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching. Today is going to be a tutorial on this beautiful fresh spring makeup tutorial. My heart is still heavy with everything that is going on, obviously, but it does just bring me a lot of joy to sit down and film a makeup look. It gives me a lot of hope that as soon as possible we will be able to go out and actually enjoy you know, spring, and you know, just praying every day that this gets resolved as soon as possible. But I'm pushing you guys to get up and get ready for the day. So put on this video and, you know, follow along and let's get ready together. So yeah, let's jump into the tutorial.
Okay, so here I am starting with the Dewy Skin Primer by CoverFX. I really love this, especially when my skin just needs a nice glow and some hydration. So I just apply this all over my face and it just gives a really nice layer for my foundation to go on top of. And I also want to mention that as you're watching, if you don't catch like every single product that I'm using, I will be listing it and linking it in the description down below. So you can always check that if you are curious. Okay, now the foundation that I'm using is by Wet n Wild. It is their Photo Focus foundation. I really love it. It just gives a very natural look to your skin, and you can wear an extremely light layer or you can definitely build it up if you need to. So here I'm just applying it by putting a little on the back of my hand, and then I love using this foundation brush. It is so good. It is by It Cosmetics, and I will also put it in the description box down below if you're interested. But yeah, I'm just picking up a little bit at a time and applying it all over my face and just kind of stippling it in. That way it doesn't get cakey. So just to cover up those dark circles, I am applying a little bit of concealer. This is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, and I'm just using the same brush, again, just kind of pouncing and stippling it into those dark circles. And feel free to skip concealer if you don't need it, or add more, or cover up breakouts, whatever you need. Okay, to set some of this down, I'm going to be using my favorite Mercier translucent setting powder, and I like to just put a little bit in the cap here like you can see. And you know, sometimes I go in with a big brush and just set down my whole face, but I really want to have just a dewy look, so I decided to pick up a small brush just so that I can be a little more precise, a little more detailed in where I put the powder. And I'm just going to apply it under my eyes, you know, so I don't get creasing around my nose. I'm also going to set my eyelids and, you know, just anywhere that you get oily, anywhere that you want to set down. But I'm still going to leave, you know, my cheeks and just the areas that I still want to look nice and dewy. I'm just going to leave those alone. Alright, the base is done and I'm going to work on my brows. You know the drill. Brush the hairs up and fill in the sparse areas. This is the Covergirl eyebrow pencil. I mentioned in my last video, I am still looking for just a really good eyebrow pencil, preferably drugstore. If you guys have any recommendations, or if you have a favorite eyebrow product, please leave me a comment and let me know. I would love to know. But yeah, I just like to keep them pretty natural. I kind of just go back and forth, filling in the gaps, brushing the hairs up, and that's about it. Okay, to complete today's eye look, I'm going to be using the beautiful palette called Ring the Alarm by Morphe and Jaclyn Hill. And I'm starting by picking up the color Rush. It is a beautiful burnt orange color. And as you can see, I'm using like a big fluffy blending brush. But I'm just starting with a little bit of product and kind of mapping out, you know, where I want to place it. It's going into the crease, but I'm just starting out with a little bit of product and then I'm going to slowly build it up to get it the way that I want it. Okay, keeping this eye look super simple. Now that you have a nice transition shade in the crease, you can just use your finger and pick up this really beautiful shimmer shade. It's like pink and gold reflections. It is called Lolly is the color, And I'm just using my finger to build it up because I feel like with your finger, with any kind of shimmer, you just get the most pigment out of it. And it just looks so beautiful when you pack it onto the lid that way. I will say with this shade specifically, it did definitely take some time building it up. It wasn't the most creamy and even shimmer I've ever used, but it did end up coming out very beautiful. Alright, now picking up the color Alert, this beautiful deep orange with a flat brush. I'm just running this along my lower lash line, and guys, I love the lower lash line. You already know. Alright, lastly, I'm just using the shade On Camera and popping it into the inner corner. Beautiful pop of gold. I really just think it completed the eyes. Okay, for contour and blush, I'm going to be using this NARS Steven Klein Palette. I really like it. It just kind of has everything I need in here. So I'm kind of combining the contour shade and the bronzer shade. It's the NARS Laguna bronzer, which is like their most popular bronzer. It's really nice. And I'm just combining those to add some color back to my face. I go on the hollows of my cheeks, my forehead, my jawline, just kind of giving a little more definition and color. And then I'm picking up a smaller brush to do a little bit of nose contour. I like to just go down the sides and then also do a little bit just on the tip of my nose. Again, it's just to make sure my face doesn't look too flat and just to give it more definition. Okay, now I'm picking up this beautiful peachy orange blush shade and I'm applying it to the apples of my cheeks. Blush, especially in like the spring and summertime, is so beautiful, so I go in with a heavy hand here and I love the way that it looks. Now for my lashes, I'm just going to be curling them and then applying my favorite mascara, which is the L'Oreal Telescopic. I swear I try so many different mascaras, but this is by far my favorite and it's from the drugstore, so I highly recommend it. Okay, now I'm lining my lips with the MAC Lip Pencil Boldly Bare. It's another one of my favorites. It's just like a nudie pinky color. And honestly, I never really used to line my lips, but when I do, I notice the biggest difference in the way that they look. So give it a try. And then I'm just filling my lips in with a tinted lip balm by Honest Beauty. The color is Fruit Punch, and I rave about this all the time as well. It just gives your lips such a nice color and it's super hydrating. And of course, I'm finishing the whole look off with my favorite facial spray, the Badescu Rose Water.
Alright, this is the final makeup look. I think it is so beautiful. I am obsessed with it. The light pink and gold like reflection is just total spring vibes. I really hope that you guys like this tutorial. Please give this video a thumbs up and do not forget to subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye.